Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the best man.
Made some friends, eh?
There we go.
Evidence. This is, right, for argument's sake, I know him as Dan Braun. Right, and now, like, let's not get into his nicknames. You've had lots over the years, haven't you? I've got a little list of a few of them. Dan, Danny, Dan, Degs, Degsy, Darren, Darren Brown, Darren Bent, Dalseem, Dante's Peak, Dora the Explorer, Darnell, Dexter's Laboratory, Del Boy. Funky Ken as well. I was just going for the D's. Where do we start with this, then? Where do we start? I've been told I'm not allowed to tell any stories that involve, like, drink, drugs, prostitution. So, a toast. These aren't all notes, by the way. There's some, photos in there as well. Let's give it up there for the beautiful bride. Come on, give it up for her. Like, when I first saw that dress, do you know what, I just thought of a defective aeroplane. Should never have left the hangar. No, it's a joke. It reminded me of, like, a tall glass of water. This is absolutely tasteless. No, she looks like a blonde bombshell. No, she isn't. She looks a million lira. It's about 14 quid. Okay. £3. Cost me £3 for that. If anyone wants a read later, yeah. We actually met, like you said, when we were like 1, because Richie and my brother went to Woody Road Primary School together, and so we were sort of forced into friendship, if anything. I've just realised that now. Like, if you're wondering where the name Dan Braun comes from, along with all his other nicknames, like, just don't ask questions. It's like 9/11 and Madeleine McCann. Don't ask questions, because you won't like the answers. You know what I mean? Just accept it and move on. 36 years, isn't it? Long time, that. No, I asked for that background music. Yeah. So we're in Woody Road, and we had one of them long urinals, or metal urinals, and we had this, like, competition, and it was who could stand at one end and do the biggest piss over it, and it got pretty competitive, didn't it? And one day he was going for gold. He stood at the end like this, for some reason, pants around his ankles. He was focused, going. Do you remember what you were saying? Hi ho! And we were all there, like 10, going, he's going to do the record, because we'd marked it in chalk. Our teacher, female teacher, opens the door of the toilets, goes, Daniel! And he turns like this. Piss everywhere. He didn't break the record, disqualified, wasn't it? Disqualification. Yeah. We used to go around it all the time, me and my brother, to Richie and yours. We were around there once, in the early 90s, and it was when, remember, crinkle cut chips had just come out, the chips with the crinkles, and so we're having, like, that, chicken nuggets and chips, and Richie goes to him, stick one of them chips up your nose. Bet you can't do it. Sticks it up, and we're like, further, sticks it up, gets to about there, and we're like, get it out. He's that far, he can't get any purchase on it. And so now he's like this, trying to get it, and he mushes it up into this paste, and it goes rock hard. And then, because he's asthmatic, he starts panicking. Jill comes in and goes, what's wrong? And we're like, where do we start with this? She gets a Phillips flathead screwdriver up his nose. This is all true. And we're like, don't think that's help. And so, right, we're going to have to go to the hospital because you can't get it out. Jump in a taxi. Do you remember where you went? The Eye Hospital in Liverpool, not Arrow Park. You just got in a taxi and went to the hospital. They got there and went, well, what's in his eye? Nothing. We can't help. They did help, didn't they? They sucked it out in the end. Just another thing. So we end up then, we go to Woody High together. But then you went to Rock Ferry first, didn't you? Yeah. For like, you went, because Rich was there, so for protection, like you were the Cray twins. But you come to Woody, and you came in like Easter term, year 7, didn't you? And you made your mark very quickly by getting appendicitis and being sick in the art block. Like, what's that film? It's The Exorcist. Or I remember coming in, and I went in your class, opened the door, and we went, what is that smell in this art block? People were running to the door, being sick themselves. He was flat out on this art desk. You sit high, just sick coming out. The teacher, Mr. Roberts, was being sick. What have you done? And that was just before the holidays as well, so you missed your holidays, so that was fun. It was a mad school back then, wasn't it, Woody? Like, one time we were at the bus stop, and there was this guy there, and he had a trombone, didn't he? Remember what happened? He fired the onion out the trombone at the door. Because he'd had food tech, and we went, put that onion in that and go, and we were like, it's not going to happen, is it? This onion comes flying out, hits this fella's front door, and the front door opens because it hit that fast, and the fella come out going, bloody kids with trombones and onions. Like we were in the Beano or something. We were like, where's this bus? That's, again, it sounds like it's not true. It was. He got kicked out of biology class once. Because we'd watched, remember Tarrant on TV? It used to be on a Sunday, and used to show like weird clips. And there's this clip of a fella eating dog shit on it, like this. And we went, ask our teacher if you could do that. And he was like, sir, we saw a fella eating dogs. And he went, get out. Just get out. Don't waste my time. And we were like, well, so off he went. For some reason as well, this was just before in year 11, he had this, like, you know, the varsity American football jacket. Where'd you get it from? Do you like the high school like footballer wears? So it was a big, massive one. And our footy went over this fence, spiky fence like this. And he was like a chimp back then. You could climb up. You climbed a lamppost once, didn't you? Couldn't get down. Had to slide down, cut yourself. And so he went to get the footy. And as he's coming back, he slips. And like the spike goes through his jacket, like that in front of his face. And he slides down. And he's dangling on this spike. It's like missed your throat by about that much. And we're like, he's like, help him. Like, what can we do? We're the other side of the fence. So we had to like jimmy him up with his things like that. He did get the footy back, to be fair. So, you know, we can't have too good. We went to Europa Pools in Birkenhead once. And we're in the wave pool. And his shorts just fall apart. They just disintegrate. They just fall apart. And so the wave pool finishes. And he gets like washed up at the wave pool, stark naked. Like this, well, what's happened here? And so, okay, I had a spare pair, so we give him in. But we also, Kevin and Perry go large, had just come out, and there was that scene where the poo goes in his mouth. So we thought, this story's not quite good enough. So we told everyone in school that he'd eaten a poo in the pool. Well, there was a rumour mill at the time, wasn't there? Do you know what I mean? It wasn't just me. Richie was always there as well. He was always up to something. This is when you were living on Wellington Road.
I wasn't there.
You were this night. So we were playing heads and V's out in the car park, and he come out. He's ready for a night out. And he's got a plastic bag full of Stella Stubbies, and he goes on me volley. So we kick in the ball, watches it down, misses the ball, volleys the plastic bag out of his hand, and the bag slides in slow motion against the wall, and every single bottle just smashes. He was in goal after that. And your reaction was just like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, we'll go to the shop. Go to the hospital. And that wraps up. What's that for? Thanks to Nick for printing that out for me last night. So, we get to like sixth form and that. And like, you didn't really know how to talk to women, did you, back then? Do you know what I mean? So when we introduced him to this girl once at the party, and he got down on one knee and kissed her on the hand like he was in like the Princess Bride. Lizzie O'Hare. It was, yeah, oh, you did. He once drank half a pint of vinegar to impress a girl. That went well, as you can imagine. In Ibiza, 2005, he finally sealed the deal, so to speak. You know, became a man. And we were like, where's Dane? What's he done? And we just in the Western Ibiza, and we just heard this approaching footsteps like in Jurassic Park. And he stood like this. I've got a photo of it, and he just went, I am now a man. And we were like... And there is a photo of that that proves it. He used to always have too much to drink and just get like, he'd go wacky, and you could just like say something to him and it would plant an idea in his head. So one time he got out my car after a night out. I was driving. He got out when you were living on South Hill, and he just went, guess I'll be keying my own car tonight. Whipped out a key, and we were like, and you went up to your own car, and we were like, he's going to key his own car? He started out to jump out and go, what are you doing? You're like, you're trying to key your own car. There was another time we just went, about Pythagoras' theorem, because you know you like maths. And then you could see his head go, oh my God, pi. And he wasn't sure about pi. And then he said, one moment he just went, oh my God, I've just seen pi. And we went, what do you mean you've seen pi? He went, I've seen it happen. What happens if we all do it? And in the end, we went, shut up. We went, maybe get in that wheelie bin outside. And he went in, just got in a wheelie bin. Sat there for 3 hours, probably just thinking about pie. Again.
I wish I'd have spoke to you first.
Oh.
Before I spoke to him.
He once used this as a chat-up line. It's about 2006. Went up to a girl and went, do you want to come back to mine and check out my new Bluetooth headset? And now they're married. So no. There was a famous one. We were out, I think it was Garland's or G-Bar. And these two had a joint football manager game at the time. Do you remember? Right. And there was a footballer called Francesco Totti. It's an amazing footballer. And he went to me. He went, I need to speak to Rich about Totti. As in, I need to transfer him. We need to transfer him out of our team. But he just got with a new girl. So he went over, and we were stood here, and we could sort of hear what they were saying. And it started getting really animated, like this. So I went over and went, what's going on? He thought he was going, I need to, because he said Totti. They're like, top Totti. Rich thought he was going, you need to split up with your new girlfriend. Whereas he was going, we need to sell him to Roma. And in the end, we sort of like, can everyone calm down here? What's going on? Good times then, weren't they? So there was this incident called the vodka shot challenge. Now, in retrospect, wasn't a good idea. But he thought he was a bit of a big drinker at the time of vodka. You used to drink vodka and Coke, didn't you? You psycho. And so we set up a thing where we went, do you think you could go shot for shot with this other guy who was a big drinker? And he was a big drinker, wasn't he? And so we went, yeah. And so we went, my mum and dad were away. It was summer. You know, my mate's got a shot for you. Come, let's film this. But what you didn't know, and everyone else did, was the other lad was drinking water. And we just rubbed vodka around the rim. And you were drinking Smart Price as the vodka. And they went shot for shot, a litre. And he was fine. And we were like, this isn't funny. It cost us £7 in a bottle of vodka. And then he goes, I need some fresh air. He goes outside. He starts doing press-ups on the wall. And we're like, okay, this is quite funny. And he goes, I'm ready to go again. He goes back in. And I'm like, I've not got any more Smart Price. We have to use my duty-free that I bought back from my beef. That good stuff like Vladimir or whatever. He has another half litre of that. And then he goes, I'm feeling a bit bad here. So he goes outside. And that's when the vomit started, wasn't it? It was like the art block all over again. And you were just vomiting. Everyone else starts being sick. And then he says this line. And where did this come from? He just goes, everyone. And we're all excited. Like, what's he going to say? And he goes, you're going to have to tell them I can't carry on in the Tour de France tomorrow. And my first thought was, get a bike out the shed. Quick. Get him on a bike. So then other people leave and we're like, what are we going to do here? Because he's like done in and it's our fault. We're like, he's got sick on him, so we need to take his top off and his trousers in my garden at 2 a.m. I'm trying to do it, and he's going, help, they're raping me, help. And we're like, we're going, like, which isn't helping matters, is it really? We're supposed to go up, like, shower him, put him to bed, and stay up all night watching him, hoping he doesn't die. He woke up in the morning, right as rain. We were all like, we haven't slept because we thought you were dead. It's all your fault. So after that, surprisingly, he went to Japan to get away from us. Don't know why. I'd say your time in Japan started off badly, got worse in the middle, and tailed off towards the end. But other than that, you had a great time, didn't you? You said you wanted to go to Japan, didn't you? Because you loved the country, fascinated with the culture. Bollocks. You had a thing for Japanese women at the time. And that's why he's with Claire. You can tell. 175th Japanese. Just love a teppanyaki grill and soy sauce. When he was in Japan, like, he texted me once going, someone's just come up to me and said, look like David Beckham. 10 minutes later, someone went, you look like James Corden. They've been on the Oblivion, innit, at Alton Towers, just going straight down. So then he comes home, meets Claire. Man, you had Tinder, didn't you? Yeah. See, I took the liberty of going back through our group chat and seeing what you said about her after you met her on your first date.
Better hope this is good.
This is verbatim. She's dead sound. I don't know why you speak like that. She's dead sound. Massive tits and sexy smile.
Sexy smile.
Sexy smile. Alliteration, that's why you're a teacher. The next day, we went a bit further in depth. Imagine this is your bio. This is verbatim what you said. Right. 28 or 29, lives in Chester, teaches history, amazing boobs, likes a bevy and the footy. Even puts a bet on before soccer Saturday. If you ever split up with him, put that as your Tinder bio. Their second ever date was a double date with me and Tash in the Oxton on Good Friday. Yeah, we ended up in Birkenhead. These two ended up club necking in the DJ booth, remember? Like they were at a school disco. Disgusting. Birkenhead. And then, here's my impression of Claire. Okay. Daniel. Even Daniel. Nearly there. So now we're at the stag do. What a stag. Tony Jones, where are you? He pulled out at the last minute. Wish your dad had done that 40 years ago. So we got him a nice t-shirt to fly him. You know, it's harmless banter.
Yes, yes.
Very just harmless banter. And I was like,
that's a nice dinosaur.
Just what to put on the back. Why mess with anything? So we move on to the first day at the pool, and thinking back to when his shorts disintegrated, that actually happened. I was like, you can buy these dissolving shorts now on the internet, I've seen. Wouldn't it be funny if we bought him a pair of them? But then we thought, he's going to be suspicious if we go wear these shorts. But you can buy a lifeguard costume, and we can be like, put the Pussy Patrol t-shirt on, and now you're a lifeguard. So you put them on, didn't you? And then we said, you're only allowed to enter the pool, like, play it cool, trig. So he does that, gets in the pool. 5 seconds later, 10 seconds later, the shorts disintegrate. Got 5, we'll pass them around. So it was the FA Cup final, wasn't it, while we were there? Liverpool versus Chelsea. So I thought, you know, I've splashed out on some lifeguard stuff. Why not get him a Chelsea shirt? And then, what other number are you going to get on the back for a stag do? Big Bryan Adams fan, aren't you? It was quite a do. We dressed as wrestlers, like you say. He was the Ultimate Warrior. I was Hogan. Macho Man. We had Bret the Hitman Hart at the back, Finno, Carlito. Dan as strawberry daiquiris. And then Richie snorted the strawberry daiquiri as Macho Man Randy Savage. And then Finno as Bret the Hitman Hart had some toilet trouble, so it became Bret the Shitman Fart. Which has got to be illegal, hasn't it, really? We will wrap this up so we can have some food, I'm starving. He made me cry at my dad's funeral. I held it together the whole day. And as I was walking down with my mum, nearly out here, saw him crying like a little baby. And that started me crying. Because I know my dad would love to have been here today. Degsy, as he called you. Hopefully in 20 years' time, you'll be sat in your house, cuddled up on the sofa, fire on, and you'll be thinking, if I'd have killed her on my wedding day, I'd be out by now. But no, in all seriousness, I love you, man. You're my best mate. We've been pals since we were 1. I wish you and Claire all the happiness in the world. It's obvious you were meant to be together. Your love is stronger than the paedophile's password. So if everyone could please join me and raise a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Butterworth. There's the shorts, by the way. If anyone wants a coffee, there's a few.
Yeah.
Probably put that stuff away now.
Yeah, that was good.